impressive tournament. That was a great finals to watch against a good opponent in Andrew Shrout. 3 very exciting games.
Oh yeah.
Lots of math involved with pack rats and voice tokens and stuff like that.
Yep.
Also an 11-round tournament to start your year. How's it feel to start 2014 off on a good note?
Feels great. What more could you ask for?
Yeah, exactly.
Show up, win it all.
Sure. And of course, you're still playing mono black.
Yep.
Not really the consensus best deck, but pretty close to the consensus best deck in the format, and you've been writing about it a lot recently.
Yep.
Why is mono black consistently able to stay on top of the metagame?
Mono black is great because in a format like this, it's important to have a good, consistent mana base. Like if you play a deck like my opponent played, it has like guild gates, which means like some percentage of decks, or some percentage of games, his deck just doesn't function as intended because it's slower, or he doesn't get the right colors, or mono black, you just play 20 swamps and you hope to draw a number of swamps.
Sure.
And there's no problem there. It has Mutavault, so it's very hard to mana flood, and it also has Thoughtseize, which greatly reduces the odds of your opponent having a perfect hand that beats you.
Right.
So it's just gives you the best chance of playing a long, fair game of Magic.
Sure, and you're also able to poke holes in a lot of strategies with the Thoughtseize, with the Hero's Downfall, even Devour Flesh on turn 2, or even specific situations.
Sure.
Like we saw with the voice trigger on the stack is very able to take down certain things in certain situations that most people aren't prepared for.
Yeah.
So you are, according to our standings of the Players' Championship, you are 11th going into this tournament for this quarter. This is certainly going to raise your points probably into the top 10. Are you keeping an eye on your positioning for heading forward in 2014 for the Players' Championship?
No, because I think it's impossible for me to even do anything, right? Doesn't Huey have so many points that nobody can catch him? Also, I don't know how the system works, but I think my points reset after this first season.
They won't reset completely, but each season is going to have its own amount of points.
Very hard. I don't even know what number of points I have that will cycle out and how many points I'll have later, so I'm just not keeping an eye on it.
I'll be able to recap those in the preview articles for each open series going forward, so it'll be easier for people at home to keep track. You should keep an eye out for that in our preview articles going forward. But yeah, Huey does have a pretty big lead, able to take down, making back-to-back top 8s.
Seems hard to
was
catch.
pretty impossible. Although you've had a pretty good year. It's arguable that last year was even better than your Player of the Year in 2011 because you made your first Pro Tour top 8 and you won back-to-back Grand Prix.
It's true.
And so you're keeping up that streak going. I think you would definitely give a lot of your credit to the Peach Garden Oath team of Reed Duke and Huey Jensen. It's really raised all of your games to another level. How has working with those two gentlemen improved your game?
I mean, there's no two ways around it. They're both incredible players, and playing with them just makes me want to be better, to be as good as those guys.
Sure.
So, I mean, I'm not sure what else to say.
Watching all 3 of you makes everyone want to be better, but not all of us can be.
Or give up because they have no chance.
Exactly, there you go. Or do coverage.
Yeah.
It's much easier for me to be in the winner's interview on this side than it is on that side. But so what's next for you?
Not sure. I'm going to go to Grand Prix Sacramento, which is great. I'm going to go to the Pro Tour and then probably Barcelona afterwards, just Team Grand Prix.
Cool, excellent. Well, we're going to be keeping an eye on you, of course, all the way throughout. Owen Turtenwald, your Standard Open champion. Congrats one more time.
Thank you.
Here from Indianapolis, and we're going to toss it back to the booth.